Hi there, welcome back to Build-A-Stitch. I'm going to do, for the last couple little insects here, I'm going to do a couple of different ways to do ants. So, we don't think about ants very often unless they're like in our house and we don't want them. But they're super interesting insects, and they could be useful for little projects. Maybe you have a little garden picnic project that you're doing and you might want some ants at it because, it's not a picnic without some ants. So, the first one I'm going to do is a lazy daisy one because ants are segmented like everything else, and they tend to have kind of a big abdomen that points at the bottom. So I'm going to make it go up this way, so its head's going to go up here. I'm just starting from the bottom. So here's our abdomen. And then they have another, you could almost chain stitch this. Maybe I will chain stitch this. But this next section is, so this first section we want kind of big, which is why I wasn't going to chain stitch this. Yeah, I'm not going to chain stitch it because I want these a certain width. So this one I want a little bit wider, more like that. And then the next one I'm going to start really close here. But I don't want to go right in where that was. I want to leave this little bit. You can kind of see there's like a thread between those. Because if I don't, if I go right up there, it's just going to pop that stitch out. But then I can go down there to point it off. So this next section is like super, super pointy and skinny. So this one I want to really be like this. So you can kind of see that difference. This one's kind of wide. This one is skinny and narrow. And then the head is a really pretty round, kind of round. It's kind of a weird shape. So this one, again, I'm going to start a thread away from the other one. Go back down there to cover it up. And the head's smaller than the other sections, but wide. So this is going to be a loose lazy daisy, so that I can make it nice and big and round, and that's not even loose enough. Like, well, can't be that loose. Like that. So something like that. Okay, so there's our 3 sections. And then we need legs and things. So I'm going to use my super skinny thread for the legs today. And the legs are all attached in this middle section and towards the bottom of it. So well, kind of a couple of them are attached up here, and then the rest are attached towards the bottom. So we're just going to go here. Oh, I should have started with antenna, but that's okay. Go back up and catch some antenna in a bit. And this might be good with a little bit thicker thread, but not as thick as the body. So I've got those legs, and then we have this leg. And then another one back here. here. I'm going to do these the opposite way. And then here. Like that. Kind of. Maybe could have, I'll go back in and make those front ones a little longer, but I need no more thread, so. Okay, so we want another just little section up here. Get those a little longer because they look really short with the other two. And then a couple of antennae. And theirs are kind of spread apart a little bit on their heads. They can be lots of different angles too, it just depends. Like that. There we go. So we have an ant like that. And I want to do one other one that'll be super, super fast. Because I know we're close to time here. But this one, we're just going to do 3 French knots. Because sometimes you just want that more impression of it. Like this is a little bit more realistic. So maybe we just want an impression. I'm going to turn this sideways. And so then you could just do 3 French knots. I'm going to do kind of a big one at the head and a little bit smaller ones for the other 2 sections. And so these would be just really little ants someplace. So maybe it's a scale thing and you don't have room for a big one. And these you don't want to put too close together because otherwise they'll be hard to tell apart. There we go. So there's our 3 French knots. And then again, some little legs, and these are going to be little legs this time, if I get the scale right. Sometimes I mess up the scale, but so like that. And one more. Same thing on this side. Down, and then up here. It's a couple and tiny. So there you go. A little tiny impression of an ant just with 3 French knots and a few straight stitches. So I'm going to stop there for today. Have a fantastic rest of your day.